The false freedom of self-employment. Everybody tells you that being self-employed means freedom. Freedom from your boss, freedom from 9 to 5 grind, freedom to live life on your own terms. But let me challenge that. What if I told you that self-employment is often false freedom? That in reality, many self-employed people are more trapped, more stressed, more overworked than the people they left behind in the office. Today, I want to break down the myth of self-employment freedom and show you why, unless you approach it differently, it can be just another cage. 1. You become your own prison guard. Think about freelancers. Everybody imagines sitting in a cafe with a laptop, sipping coffee. But the reality, you're working 12, sometimes 14 hours a day, chasing deadlines with no weekends off. I have a friend who quit her 9 to 5 to become a freelancer. Yeah. At first, of course, she loved the job, the freedom. But within months, she realized she was glued to her laptop until midnight, answering emails at 2 a.m. and never truly resting. You see, in employment, your boss sets the schedule, but in self-employment, you become both the boss and the prison guard, and you push yourself harder because if you don't work, the money stops. 2. Clients are your new bosses. True. Here's another reality check. In a job, you report to one boss. But in self-employment, every client becomes your boss. Take a web developer working for 6 clients at once. Each one thinks they are a priority number 1. You're answering constant calls, late nights, WhatsApp messages, and deadline with urgent requests that weren't even on the plan. The truth is funny but painful. You don't escape bosses, you multiply them instead. Point number 3 is unstable income. You find that equals constant stress. Employees can budget. They know their paycheck will land on the 30th without fail. But when you're self-employed, 1 month you might earn $2,000. The next month you can get absolutely nothing. Imagine paying rent, school fees, or medical bills without knowing if money will come in. That's not freedom. That's financial anxiety. I know a writer who once made enough in 2 months to relax for the year, but then clients dried up. She burnt through her savings and had to take odd jobs just to survive. Number 4, you find that you handle everything. In a job, there's HR, there's accounting, IT, marketing. You find that they're all employed. These specialists are all employed for every role. But when you're self-employed, you do it all. You take a self-employment baker. She's not just baking, she's buying ingredients, she's running social media, answering customer calls, delivering cakes, doing the accounting and paying taxes. By the end of the day, she's too exhausted to even enjoy her craft. That freedom quickly turns into a burden of endless roles. 5, you find that there is no safety nets. Jobs often come with health insurances, sick leave, even pensions. Self-employed, none of that. Look at that boda rider in Kenya who is self-employed. If he crashes, there's no salary continuing. His family suffers instantly. Or think about a consultant who falls sick for 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks of zero income. Real freedom is when you can stop working without going broke. Self-employment rarely gives you that. 6, you find that you build a job, not really a business. This is the biggest trap of all, if you ask me. people think they are entrepreneurs, but in reality, they've just built themselves another job. Take a barber who leaves employment to start his own shop. Sure, he earns more, but only when he's cutting hair. If he takes a week out off, the money stops. Now compare that to a barber who trains 3 others, sets up systems, and lets the shop run without him. Now that's a business, yeah? So if your income dies the day you stop working, you don't have freedom. You just created another job with a different name. Point number 7, you find that there is that illusion of control. Yeah? You see, people think self-employment gives them control, but in reality, markets control you, clients control you, bills control you. Think back to COVID-19. Overnight, countless self-employed businesses collapsed. Photographers, even planners, trainers. Freedom vanished instantly because the economy shifted. Self-employment doesn't really guarantee control. It often exposes just how little control you really have. Point number 8, you find that it can be very, very lonely. Yeah? I repeat, it can be very lonely. At work, you have colleagues, structure, some form of support. But in self-employment, it's just you, alone with your laptop and your problems. Yeah? Take a freelancer who works from home, for example. Yeah? Friends think they are lucky, but in reality, they go days without talking to anyone. They feel so isolated and so depressed. Quietly creeps in. Now, I'm not saying self-employment is bad. I'm saying the freedom people advertise is often false. But here's the good news. It's a path to true freedom if you approach it strategically, of course. How to turn Now let's look at how to turn self-employment into real freedom. You see, number 1, you have to build systems. Don't do everything manually. Automate, outsource, create processes. Number 2 is scale beyond yourself. Hire and, of course, delegate or build products that earn you money while you sleep. Number 3 is create multiple income streams. Don't just depend on one client or one skill. Instead spread your risk. Number 4, you plan for safety nets. Save, invest, and insure yourself. Don't live paycheck to paycheck. And number 5, redefine freedom. Freedom is not just working for yourself. You see, true freedom is when your money and systems work for you, even when you are not around. Yeah. So you find that self-employment is not the golden ticket people think it is. Yeah. For many, it's just a shiny cage, harder, heavier, lonelier. You see, real freedom isn't about being your own boss. It's about building something that works even when you're not working. So before you romanticize self-employment, ask yourself, do you want freedom or do you just want another job with a different name? What do you think? Of course, if this video opened your eyes, please hit the like button and of course subscribe. Share with me in the comment section what do you think about this, and of course see you in the next one. Bye.